Chapter 10. Meeting girls at the bar is amazingly easy when you're in a band. We had different girls over every weekend, and of course, alcohol was always abundantly available. I had no problem fulfilling the desires of my flesh, and did it as often as I could. Some of the girls I met would even watch adult videos with me. Some girls didn't care if we had just a one-night stand. Some thought that it needed to be more, so I would let them believe that they were the only one. At one time, I had 6 girls sitting out in the audience, all thinking that they were the one. Somehow they never found out about each other. Sin ran rampant in my life back then, and I had no restraints. Thinking back, I wonder if it would have made a difference in my life if the preacher would have preached more about hell and God's wrath. I wonder if it would have made a difference if he would have preached more about the importance of overcoming sin. I wonder if it would have made a difference if he would have preached more about what Paul said in Galatians chapter 5, 19 through 21. Now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred, contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness, revelries, and the like, of which I tell you beforehand, just as I also told you in time past. Those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. Those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. I wonder if it would have made a difference in my life if the preacher would have preached more on what Jesus said about plucking your eye out. Plucking your eye out if it causes you to sin so that you don't go to hell. I would imagine that any preacher would be very uncomfortable preaching a sermon on that statement. I would suppose that it would make him feel like a hypocrite, because no one standing on a stage at a church has the strength or the willpower to pluck their own eye out if it causes them to sin. So most preachers decide it would be best to just not mention it. There is not a day that goes by that a preacher or any man in this country does not lust or desire something with their eye. It is almost impossible. If we turn on the TV, we will see something or someone that is desirable. If we get on the internet, we will be enticed by something or someone. If we go into a store, we will see something or someone that is desirable. If we ride down the road, we will see something that we covet, something that is desirable. The world has almost perfected the ability to entice us everywhere we go and everywhere we look. Just about the only way that a person in today's society can overcome being enticed by the world is to shut themselves up in a closet and not turn on any electronic device. Even then, you're not protected from Satan's temptings, especially a man. There's always one thing that Satan can tempt us with, something we can easily do to ourselves to receive pleasure. And being alone is one of the easiest times for Satan to entice us. We are actually taught that it is better to masturbate than to physically cheat on our wives. A lot of men turn to adult videos, which can be quickly and easily found for free on any computer or cell phone. I once worked with a guy that admitted to me that almost every time he went to the bathroom, he would watch adult videos on his phone and masturbate. This is not uncommon in today's world, but is in fact very common. We are taught that it is normal. We are even told that God made us this way and that He put that desire in us. My dad would always use that excuse. Whether it would have made a difference or not, what the preacher preached, only God knows. Even if I had the chance to go back and do things over again, I wouldn't. Because thanks be to the grace and mercy of God, my life eventually started heading in the right direction.